Have you learned anything yet? This week in Music Theory Bootcamp, we're going to continue our lesson on the key signature and how it functions in music. Last week we learned about the functions of sharps and flats. Today we're going to learn about how those flats and sharps actually tell you how to play music. Ready? Go!
The key. If you remember what I said in the last video, a key signature is used to tell a musician what key to play in. A key represents the organization of specific notes that are needed to be played in a piece of music. In each of these keys, there are what are known as sharps and flats, which are symbols that indicate which notes should be played higher or lower in pitch. If you need a review on how to use sharps and flats, make sure to check out my last video, Key Signatures Part 1. Depending on how many sharps and flats are in the designated spot of the key signature, it not only informs which notes are now sharp and flat, but it also informs you of what key you need to play in, or which notes are the priority in the piece of music. These keys are separated into two groups called major and minor keys. In total, there are 15 of what are called major keys. The major keys that have sharps in the key signature are called G major, D major, A major, E major, B major, F sharp major, and C sharp major. The major keys with flats are F major, B flat major, E flat major, A flat major, D flat major, G flat major, and C flat major. There is also a major key called C major. If you notice, there is something special about the C major key. At a first glance, it will seem like there is nothing in the key signature. Correct! The fact that there is nothing in the key signature does not mean that there is nothing at all. It just means that there are no sharps or flats in the piece of music at present. On a keyboard, this would mean that the only keys that you would use would be the white keys, with no notes needing to be made higher or lower. Pretty simple, right? A major key is known typically as the happy sounding key or a triumphant sounding key. For example, when you listen to a piece of music that is in a major key, the images that will most likely come to mind would probably be those of a pleasant drive, total victory, or you'll just get a really warm and fuzzy feeling inside when you hear it. Just like there are 15 major keys, there are also 15 minor keys. The minor keys with sharps in their key signature are E minor, B minor, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, G sharp minor, D sharp minor, and A sharp minor. The minor keys with flats in the key signatures are called D minor, G minor, C minor, F minor, B flat minor, E flat minor, and A flat minor. You have probably already seen something odd about these key signatures. If I put all the minor key signatures side by side to the major key signatures, they look exactly the same. The reason for this is because every major key has what is called a relative minor key. What a relative minor key means is that the minor keys have the same key signature or the same amount of sharps and flats. Even C major has a relative minor called A minor, which is a minor key that has no sharps or flats. When listening to a minor key, the images that pop into your head might be a little bit more on the sad side. You would associate minor keys with scary movies, crying, and just an overall sense of melancholy or despair. Now, at this point you might be wondering what the letters at the beginning of the names of the key signatures mean. And if not, well, you need to, because it's kind of important. These letters indicate which note is the main or primary note of the key you are playing. This note is considered to be note number 1, or the root of the key. The rest of the notes are used more complementary. For example, if I play the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in C major, then more than likely the very first note that I will play will be in C, and the very last note I will play will be in C. The same thing would happen if I played Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in D major. This time, D was the center of the piece, and every other note was centered around D. While this does not mean that the other notes played within the key signature are less important than the root note, they are not the center of the piece and are used to fit around the primary note of C or D. Basically, the letter at the beginning of the time signature represents the note that ties the whole piece of music together.
My gosh, that was painful. I mean, I really hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Check out some of my last videos, which I posted over here. Make sure to like and subscribe and ring that little notification bell. Bye!